Hey there, welcome and welcome back to the Do It Right Tech channel where I take you through everything tech, and in today's video I will be showing you hidden Samsung features that make your phone 10 times smarter. And you might thank me for some of them if you're an old Samsung user, and if you're a new Samsung user, I'm hoping to show you more features that you probably didn't know before watching this video. So without wasting much time, let's dive right into the video. But don't forget to hit the like, smash the subscribe button to come back for more, and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any video that I post. On that note, let's go. So Samsung phones come packed with several features, but some of these powerful features, people either don't know they exist or never take time to set them up properly. And once you do, your phone becomes way more productive, faster, and smarter to use. Let me show you a few you should definitely be using. And just like before, for each one, I'll show you exactly some case scenarios where you're going to need them in real life. So let's go. There. So you pull out the S Pen and immediately you jump to tapping on the screen to get the air command out and everything. What if I told you that that bit of time that action is going on is time you can also save to do other things on your phone? So a quick feature that you can turn on that allows you to use your button there by just pressing on it, launch the air command, or by pulling your S Pen out, immediately have your air command jump on the screen. Let me show you how to set these things up. You're going to scroll down and tap on settings. Once you're in here, you're going to scroll down till you get to advanced features. Then in here, you tap on S Pen. Then in here, we're going to tap on air command here. And then here we can turn on this. That's open air command with the pen button, which is this S Pen button. So when we press on it, it's immediately going to launch it once the tip is shown on the screen. So with it showing on the screen, when I press it, it's going to launch. If it's not showing on the screen and I press it, it's going to do something completely different. All right. So, or we can, while in here, we can just come here into when S Pen is removed and then select this option to open air command when S Pen is removed. So there we have it. And now with my S Pen in, when I pull it out, as we see it's inserted, when I pull it out, immediately that's going to jump onto the screen and I can immediately start using my S Pen. This might be a feature you might like to kind of make things faster for you if often you're pulling out your S Pen and you know you're going to be using any of these features. So just press that S Pen button or pull out your S Pen and immediately you're going to have your air commands jump up to the screen and you have a productive day. Speaking of what you can do with the S Pen commands, so here when we launch that S Pen air command, we have several things here. You might not have all these inside, but let's look at some of them. There's the AI select tool, which allows you to screen grab stuff, create GIFs, and many more. Like that, we can select any space, change the dimensions of it, use generative edit on them, draw and edit on them, pen share, and many much more. If that's not what you really want to use, other ones that are important are the screenwriting. You tap on that immediately, the screen screenshots, and you can write whatever you want to write on it by coming here and changing to whichever pen tool tip you want, and then you're able to doodle something on your screen if you want to share with somebody. Not only your screen, but any page you find yourself on. Sometimes you want to give some direction to somebody on a screen that you're on, you can actually use it for that purpose. The translation tool. So I visit a restaurant and most of the items are written in Arabic and I want to translate it. When I pull out my S Pen with the translate tool, I'm able to hover my S Pen over an item and have the English translation right there for me. It's a feature that I love. The next feature I love is the magnification feature, which allows me to hover my S Pen over a surface and then get magnification instead of pinching in and then having everything kind of blow up. So I can select the percentage here, and then now when I hover my S Pen over any surface, I'm going to get a magnification of it. A feature that I personally love. So you can add more gestures by tapping on the S Pen air command feature there and then tapping on add, and then you can add several of them. If some of what I've shown you are not inside yours, you can always add them from this side. Yes, you can add applications too, but I don't think it's advisable. There are better ways to open your applications than this way. All right, now these air gestures become fully customized to your own usage using some of these tools. If you didn't know these, I'm glad I was able to show you them. Let's move on. Now let's move from quick tools to something you actually will leave on your screen. So for S Pen users, you know the feature where when your phone is locked and you pull out your S Pen, immediately you're greeted with this screen. where you can doodle something down or write a list of items that you want to deal with. Yes, this is a good feature that allows you to take notes, but there is an option to pin it also on your screen so that you can glance at it anytime that you need to. And let me show you if for some reason yours is not showing up here. As you can see here, I've got the color, I've got the pen, I've got the eraser, and I've got save, but I've got no pin to there. This is because to pin any of these to the screen, you'll need two things to be turned on. First and foremost, if we go into settings, scroll down into advanced features, and then in S Pen, first one that needs to be toggled on is screen off memos, which is what we saw. So if yours is not showing at all, when you pull out your S Pen, you need to toggle this on, that one aside. The next thing you need to toggle on is to come here into lock screen and AOD, tap on that, and then now you want to turn your always on on. Always on tends to eat a lot of battery, so there are a few adjustments that you can do with your always on so you reduce how much it impacts your battery, and you can check my video card up here where I showed so many of them. But moving on, once this has been turned on, now when you pull out your S Pen, when your screen is off, doodle something down, you can now tap on the pen feature, and immediately it's going to be here. So anytime you take a glance at your phone, you should be able to see it. For mine, I've set my always on to tap to show. So until I tap the screen, it's not going to show. So now you can use this feature for your checklist, quick reminders, and even daily tasks. All right. If you didn't know these, I'm glad I was able to show you. Let's move on. Now let's make our home screen more powerful using some stack widgets like this, so that in one single spot, you're able to pack so many widgets that have 7 different purposes, like you can see here also, several of them. Now this is an old feature that I believe many people are using, but I still believe there are some of us that are not using them. And in today's video, I'm showing you this. So on your phone, you can actually hold on the screen, and then you can proceed to tap on widgets, select the first widgets that you want. In this example, let's go here into now brief, and then let's pick that one. Check, be careful of the dimensions. So this here is my now brief. Okay, now I can hold on to that, and then now I have the option to create stack. So I can select that, and then now proceed to select any other widgets that I need. Again, it could be the clock. I can select this also. You can hold on to it, edit the stack, and then add more of it. So we can come into chat. We cannot add this even if we added this. So we add chat like that. Then we select the next one. It could be Chrome. We add a smaller one of it like that. It could be camera. We add that to it, and we can add as many as we want. And now when you swipe on them, you're going to get several of them in one spot. So now you swipe in one spot, you can get your weather, your calendar, your notes all in one single spot. This is going to help you avoid a cluttered home screen and get a very organized one that is still as productive as possible. If you didn't know this, I'm glad I was able to show you. Moving on. So now let's talk about sharing files. Recently, with the release of the Samsung S26 Ultra, has come the option to share files with iPhone users. Yes, it's a great feature, but what if you're on your old devices? You don't have to throw them away, because there is a feature, the quick share feature, that allows you to also still share across the internet to other users. And let me show you how to do that. So let's say I have a file and I want to share with other people. I want to first and foremost come here into settings, and then once I'm here, I'm going to go to connected devices, and the first option I'm going to see here, which is quick share, I'm going to tap on it. While I'm in here, the first thing I want to do is toggle on allow sharing over internet. Once this option is turned on, this is what is going to happen. I have an image in my gallery, so I have this image, and then I can tap on share. Now once I tap that, I can go to quick share, and I have the option to generate a QR code or a link. With that option turned on, as we saw before, we can now tap on this QR code or link feature, get a QR code that we can share to them or have them scan to get the link where they can download, or copy and share the link directly with them. With that, the file gets shared onto a cloud, and then they get to download it within a span of 2 days. So that's a feature that you probably should be using to help you transfer data or content from your phone to other people's phones. So now everyone can receive content from you, no matter which devices they're using. If you didn't know this feature, I'm glad I was able to help you. Moving on. Now, what if you want to send a file between your own devices? So we could use the same feature I just spoke about, but then this brings me to a setting application that I found, an application called Blip, which is for me fantastic. So let me show you how it works. So first and foremost, you're going to go into the Play Store, and once you're in here, you're going to search for the word Blip. Now we're going to search for it, and there it is. You can download and install this, and once you're inside, you can put in your email address, sign in, basically not only on this device but on all your devices. That way, anytime you want to send something from one of your devices to another, all you've got to do is share it directly to them. And let me show you a quick example. You remember the same image? We're going to hit on share, and then now I'm going to come down here and select more, and then look for the Blip feature. Now here I can select my tablet. All right, so now when I select my tablet, I go into my Blip here, and then I select the tablet. Immediately the file gets transferred there, and in real time the file is right there. So this is a feature that helps me to transfer data from phone to tablet, even to laptop, that you're probably not using and I think you should use. Also, I have not been paid for this. I'm just sharing features that I often would love to use. Now, the next feature is the ability for you to hold somebody's movement on your phone. You're watching something on YouTube and you hand your phone over to your friend because they want to watch whatever you were watching. You leave them for a couple of seconds and you come find them prying into your private business. If you want to keep people within the space that you left them in, this is a feature that you're going to thank me for. So here we go. You're going to scroll down and select settings, and once you're in here, you're going to swipe down till you get to security and privacy. Once you're in here, you're going to scroll down again and then go to more security settings. Once you're in here, you're going to swipe down till you find this option to allow apps to be pinned, and that's the feature you're looking for. Toggle this on, and here there's a procedure to unlocking your device afterwards. So you're going to lock screen after unpinning, which is a feature you want to turn on. So now you leave somebody in your YouTube, and what you're going to do is you scroll up, come to that icon of the application, tap on it, and you're going to get an option to pin their app. Then you tap on that and hit OK. At this point, the app is completely locked here. They can do whatever they want to do inside here, move to different parts of the YouTube application, but what they cannot do is swipe down for any reason, swipe up to the home screen for any reason. They're stuck in this application. When you come and you want to get out of this, all you need to do is swipe and hold, and you're going to be greeted with your lock screen, and then you can unlock it, and immediately now you're able to have access to your phone completely. This means they are locked within that space. If you're not a swipe gesture user and you're a button user, go to my navigation bar and switch to button. Now I've got buttons to deal with. So now if I leave someone in my YouTube, all I have to do is select the previous application or the open application button, tap there and unpin, and then we're good. So now when I come and I want leave, I'm going to hold on the back and the resend button, hold on to it, and then it's going to go to the lock screen. Then I'm going to put my fingerprint in, and now I can leave this space. If you didn't know this feature, I'm glad now you know, and I hope that it's going to be very useful to you. So there you have it, some kind of features that don't look so flashy but completely change how you use your phone. Now the question is, which one of these are you going to start using? Don't forget to hit the like, smash the subscribe button to come back for more, and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any video that I post. On that note, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.